Good morning and welcome to what I hope will be stage 3 of Operation New Chicken Coop. It's been a few weeks since I last dug the foundations, so I'm going to have to dig them, well, just a little bit out, just tidy them up a little bit, give them a bit of a clean up, because we've had quite a lot of rain actually since then. I've not been able to come back down and get cracking on this again. My wee ma's been in hospital, so I've been up and down the road a couple of times, but other than that, the weather's not been right for getting down here and getting the foundations poured. But it is my plan that this weekend I will get that done. Weather permitting, it's not supposed to rain this weekend. The ground is pretty damp though. But we'll see how we get on anyway. This is the plan. Oh, I just want these foundations poured so that I can just start building. This is going to be a long drawn out process, but hopefully it's going to be worth it in the long run. So this is exactly where we are. It's where we left it last time. So like I said, it's been raining a bit, so there's a bit more dirt piled up in the bottom of the foundation. So I'll give them a quick little shovel out. And then I'll have to show you what my plan is. Hang fire a wee sec. Okay, so I've bought these little steel rods basically. It's just a steel bar cut down into 8-inch sections. Now I only need 8, but I've got a spare one, so I've got 9 just as a spare. I've marked 4 inches from the top. So the plan is I'm gonna start by putting these bars, one in every corner, so every single corner. Oh my god, I hope I'm going to explain this all right. And then one in the middle of each trench. There we go, I got the word eventually. And I'm going to start at the front, and the plan is that basically because my foundations are going to be 4 inches deep, there we go, I'm going to hammer that down to 4 inches sticking out the ground, and then I'll lay the remainder based on the levels. So that makes sense. So pop a level on top of the bar onto the second one, and then that way it's going to be completely level all the way around. I hope that made sense. I tried explaining it to my husband. My explanations aren't that great, so he doesn't know what it is that I'm planning on doing. Like, I'm not making any sense, if you know what I mean. So hopefully that made some kind of sense anyway. But basically I want to make sure that when I pour the concrete foundations, they're completely level all the way around. So I'm going to be using the tops of these bars to tell me where it is completely level, so that I will pour it to the level at the top of the bar. I hope that made sense. Oh hell. I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of sitting, a lot of staring, a lot of thinking, and a lot of planning to make sure I get this bit right, because I need to get this bit right. Yeah, I think this is going to be a long, slow process today. Oh my, that took far too long and far too much brain power. The bed of the foundations they're not level. So, I mean, why I thought they would be, I don't know. Actually, I think it's because I think I've got calibrated eyes and I can look at something and go, yeah, that's level, or that's this measurement. And do you know what? I've said that all my life, and for the most part, I think it's true, but not today. Not today. Yeah, so the the bed isn't level, so I've gone for, or my plan was to go for 4-inch foundations all the way around, but as it turns out I'm probably going to have like 3 inches in some place and about 5 or 6 inches in other places. Oh, this is not, it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I do believe that my plan has worked. So let me show you. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah, you can. So there's one peg there, and then I've got another one here. Oh, falling over. And I've got 2 down this side. One there, one there, one there, one in the middle here. As you can see, there it is there. So the plan is that the top of each of these pegs is completely level. So I've measured them all out and they're definitely level. So the foundations that I pour need to go to the height of these pegs, and then I'll know that the foundations are level. That's the plan anyway. So I've just had lunch and I've also just decided that I can't leave the pegs as they are, with some of them only having less than 4 inches and others having more than that. So I've decided what I'm going to do is just dig some more, which I really wanted to avoid doing because, well, it's hard work and it's boring. So I'm going to dig down some more where the pegs are really, really low in the ground. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this at all. Send wine. I'd hoped we were past this stage, but we're not. Oh, seriously, why has wine not arrived here yet? Send it now. That's the pegs, all in. Peg, peg, peg. egg, 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 egg. So they're all in there, they're all between 3 to 4 inches proud of the surface. So I know that if I go to the top of the pegs and level it there, it's probably going to be at the shallowest 3.5 inches and at the deepest 4 inches, but that's more like a bit more level. So next thing I'm going to try and do is see if I can get some bits of wood that I can use for shuttering. I don't know if that's going to work because there's still quite a lot of, the stones aren't an issue so much, but the roots might still be an issue for putting shuttering around that. So I don't know if I should just go for it because it's not that high, although it is very wide. I don't know. Right, I'm going to sit and stare at it for a little bit longer and see what I think. So I actually don't have any wood for shuttering. Never mind, but I'm going to call it a day there anyway because it's getting towards dog walking time. I'll have to take the wee one out for a walk and then it'll be shower and dinner time and wine o'clock. I'm looking forward to that, but we'll try again tomorrow. Well, not try again tomorrow. We'll come back down tomorrow. Hopefully start mixing the concrete and start pouring. See you in the morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. This is me ready to rock, all set up. Let me show you what I'm doing. We have the aggregate there, cement mixer there, cement there. We have the wheelbarrow with the bucket. There's my measuring bucket there. And then of course once I've mixed it, I've got to take it all the way down there again, haven't I? That's the part I'm not looking forward to. the flies are annoying me down here today. Oh, not midges this time, it's actual flies. Oh. Oh my goodness. It's a plague. Oh no. Oh, can you see this? I'm literally being swarmed. Oh. Woo woo! I was starting to think that this was never going to happen. But as it turns out, you just have to make the decision and go for it. Isn't that right? So I'm actually really happy with the way this went. The first couple of mixes were a little bit dry, So, I mean, you've just watched, what I've done. I basically like put a layer all the way around and then came back with another layer of a more wetter mix so that it could sink down. And then I've just been tamping it, and yeah, I'm actually it worked. I was thinking there'd be some sort of snags, like I was thinking maybe my levels weren't right, but I've checked it. Everything seems to be fine. Can't believe it. I'm so happy that the foundations are done. I can actually say, oh my God, I can actually say the foundations are done. They're finished. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for hanging in there. That was probably quite a long and boring video. I don't know. I did all of it in time lapse, or most of it in time lapse anyway, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. But yeah, thank you for hanging in there and watching. It's time to celebrate. Well, actually, I've got to take one of the dogs out first, then have a shower, then I'll have a wee glass of wine to celebrate. But yeah, very, very happy with that. I appreciate you being here. Come back and join me for stage 4, which will hopefully be next weekend. And that will be laying the first layer of blocks. Thank you. See you then. Bye. Yeah.